Welcome everybody to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays. We got George, we got Coco with a rare appearance, and JLP and Shabooty. What's good?
What's good, y'all?
Hi.
This everyone.
is like deja vu. Like hearing us back together. It's almost
I
like
know.
I
It's like
know from the before times.
it's like in
Seriously.
sync. It's like we're in sync and we're reuniting. People never thought it would happen, right?
Yeah, we're back to the original cast. We're
I
missing
can't
Gina,
quit
though.
you guys. I can't quit you.
Yeah, we're like crack.
I would be like cocaine. Yeah, I would be crack. Yeah, you once you snort me, you're not gonna be able to stop snorting me.
Yeah. It's like Adderall or Klonopin.
Yeah, you're gonna have a running
Yeah.
joke all night.
But
I
not
will
to.
have you I
It's
will
like
have you outside the 7-Eleven asking for change.
holding the door for change.
Oh, and I see a Heather is listening too.
Yeah, we got a lot of listeners today.
Oh my god.
Hey, Amberlee and Heather and Coco Buff and Sherry.
Yeah,
I'm
we got a full house today.
Yeah, I'm surprised because I was on the phone with Gina last night and she was like, "Yeah, no one's gonna listen tomorrow. It's the holiday weekend." And I was like, "I think people will listen because we're interesting and funny, and I think people will want to be spending their time with us." So I disagreed with that statement.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
to tease y'all's ass with a feather, there'll be a bombshell tonight that's like kind of jarring a little bit,
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Oh,
right?
oh, okay.
Well, my co-hosts know what I'm talking about, but
Oh, yeah.
do you agree with that teaser?
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm pretending to be surprised. Just like when people tell me a secret, but
Yeah.
I already know the secret. I go into my Emmy award winning acting.
Performance.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, are you serious? And it's hilarious because there'll be people around me. We all
Yeah.
know. We all know. But then when somebody finally decides to tell us, we're like, oh my god, are you serious? And we're looking at each other like we knew that for months, but cool.
Yeah.
I got nervous. I was wanting to make sure I wasn't hyping it up or something, like overhyping it.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I was just acting.
Well, I think it's gonna be shocking because, you know, nobody's gonna believe it. You know, everybody's gonna be shocked. It's gonna be like, what?
That was exactly how I reacted, Captain.
That's how I reacted. I was like, am I reading this right?
Look, I'll say this. It was so shocking that like George, Gina, and I did like a private, never to see the light of day, like emergency podcast. Well, maybe one day it'll see the light of day, but it's more of like it was that
I
important.
mean, I use the C word a lot, so it probably won't. It won't probably see the light.
I'm mad I missed the notification for that. I might have been asleep or something when that came through. Because if I would have hopped on that podcast, that emergency podcast, yeah, I would never be able to see the light of day.
Yeah. Maybe one day I'll put it up for sale for like $1,000 or something.
Oh, you're cheap.
Well, you know, as time progresses, your unreleased tapes, the what do you call it? The valuation.
Masters.
Yeah, the masters. The valuation of that's gonna go up high. Because you know, if Howard Stern goes back and sells like one of his first ever recordings of his show, that shit would sell for like $100,000. So like as you go on, the valuation is gonna go up.
Yeah, so you know what it reminds me of is like, you know how did you know like Wu-Tang Clan recorded a whole album and they only pressed one master copy and they never like gave it to the public and they put it up for, I don't know if it was like for auction or something, and somebody paid like over $1 million for the only copy of a Wu-Tang Clan album.
Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's okay. So yeah, people are asking. So Gina is out tonight. Are we allowed to say where she is? I mean, she's not in jail, guys, or anything, but she's at a 90s party event that she planned far in advance. So she wanted to be here, but she also had
A
planned
life.
Yeah.
There will be. Coco Puff is asking if there's gonna be strip club reviews, Shabooty.
Oh.
Gina's on the ball, and yes, there will be because she sent me a batch like 20 minutes ago.
She's very diligent about her work.
Yeah, there will be strip club reviews. So no need to worry. But yeah, unfortunately, I mean, we are all back together, but Gina's not here tonight. But this was planned well far in advance. She told me about it a long time ago. So
Well, she's ironically at a 90s party, and we're ironically at a 90s day fiance party.
Yeah.
very ironic, right? It's the 90s all the way around.
Right.
True.
So if you guys didn't listen to the LAX or Los Angeles podcast on Patreon, you should listen. There's a lot of fun, interesting behind the scenes facts about the event and what happened, what went on, why the cops were called, like all of the stuff that you want to know is in that podcast. So if you haven't listened, it's on Patreon. Actually, everyone in here probably already did because y'all are Patreon. But if you're listening to the playback and you're not on our Patreon, you need to subscribe so you can hear and listen. I tell everybody in detail the entire event of Angela Deem's release of her new short film and song and everything that happened.
It's a short film, not a show.
It's a 8-minute short film.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Oh,
that means that you didn't listen to the Patreon yet.
I have not. My husband's been on vacation this whole week, and he refuses to let me do anything other than cater to him. So I've been. Yes.
You know, my biggest takeaway from the Los Angeles, George Massey, and LA recap show was like, I kind of felt bad in the sense of like, once you met like Tim and you said how great he was, I was like, damn, you kind of sold him on me a little bit. And I was like, damn, I always shit on him, but the way you described him, I'm like, he seems like a half decent guy.
Well, I mean, he knows we only poke him for fun, and he's a great sport about it. I'm sure if he met you or me in person, we'll be sold on him too.
I don't know. Maybe these days I feel like finding 90 Day Fiance cast members who are great sports about like comedy and shit. It's like getting fewer and fewer.
Well, we definitely know that he has, like they say, broad shoulders when it comes to our sense of humor, because he's never come out and DM'd us or said anything directly, So George was one of the ones that was dragging him from time to time, and he took it well. So I'm sure meeting in person is different.
He did message me a few times or tweeted at me a few times when I was going off on him and stuff. But it's funny because we talked about that, and he was just like, yeah, he was like, you've come for me a few times, but he was like, I really don't focus on what people say about me online. He was like, if I block someone, it's because they were like really mean, right? Because he was like, I don't go looking for shit anymore, because he was like, everybody knows the common 5 things, that people say about me. So he was like, I really don't care anymore. But he was like, at that point, because I was like, yeah, I don't hate anyone. Because I don't want to ruin the other podcast, but Captain, when we met, he was like, I thought you hated me. And I was like, why? And because he's like, you always say stuff about me. And I was like, yeah, you being the center of my comedy doesn't equal hate.
He's good material.
Exactly. And I'll just I can't ruin it, but I'm just gonna say on the whole trip I met a lot of different people, right? And I hung out with a lot of different people. I gravitated the most to Tim, and Tim gravitated the most to me. Like, we literally on the trip were like, who would have thought that you were the coolest guy ever? And he said the same thing about me, and I was like, we would break the internet. I was like, we should make a video together and break the internet.
Yeah, y'all were like 2 moths to a flame.
It was crazy, right? It was crazy. But y'all know, I get a lot of heat because Angela Deem is like one of my best friends, and we've been friends. I've lost count of how many years. And I get a lot of heat. I got a lot of people messaging me like, I can't believe you went to that, and, destroying me, calling me every name in the book. But look, I'm going to say this one last time. Angela and I have been friends longer than I can remember. I can't even count how many years. And there's been times where I went through shit, and there's been times where Angela went through shit, and we looked out for each other. And she was there for me when my own family was not. So I'm not going to question my friendship with a genuine fucking person because something that people saw on TV that they disliked. Because at the end of the day, her heart is golden. And if she had $20 left to her name and I needed $20, Angela would give me that $20. So I'm not going to continue to explain my friendship to people. I'm just going to be real. Like, I love her and she loves me. And if you don't like it, you don't have to love either one of us. Okay? Like, I'm just going to put it out there.
No, somebody had asked me that question. I was like, well, I was like, I'm pretty sure George goes like way back. Like it's not like you became friends with Angela like last week and or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
back.
Angela and I have been friends. When she came on the show, within a few months of her premiering on the show, she and I were very close. And kind of like how it happened with Kim. Kim and I became friends. I think her show premiered on a Sunday. And by Tuesday, we were texting each other. And we've been close ever since. And and it's happened a lot of that. I have friendships like that with a lot of cast members. I don't advertise my friendships with people, but I'm gonna say I stand up for her and I stand behind her. And if something that you believe about her, you don't know her personally, so I'm not even gonna get into that shit. Like, I know at the end of the day, she got my back, I got hers. And when shit went down for me that wasn't easy to deal with, she was the first fucking person to ring my phone and make sure that I was okay. And that means something to me.
True. Well, all right, let's see. Let's move on a little bit if that's cool with you.
Yeah, we gotta talk about we got a list of stuff to talk about. So let's move on.
Okay, since this is in no particular order other than the order that I wrote it, let's do a quick well, I don't want to say quick in a bad way, but like I guess Greg's dad passed away, so we want to give like a heartfelt like recipes to Greg's dad.
Oh no,
Oh,
this is news to me. I haven't been on Instagram today. That's
right.
terrible.
Yeah,
Because
just
I
I just
remember,
posted it today about it today, so
oh, that's terrible. I remember he was like a huge myth, right? Because everybody was trying to figure out who his dad was, why he wasn't on the show, and there's all these questions. And we found out a lot about his dad, and that's so terrible. So I'm so sorry. Rest in peace. Do we have his name? Do we even know what to call him?
oh, I should have it. Hold on. Well, he posted like several photos, like when you do like a multi-photo Instagram post. So
Oh,
let me pull it up real quick.
my
Uh,
deepest condolences to Greg and his
yeah,
family.
that's so terrible. I can't imagine. I lost a parent in February, or I'm sorry, in May. And geez, man, the worst possible pain. I don't wish that on my enemies. Like, the person I hate the most in the world, I don't wish that on. So I hope that he finds
Uh,
peace in that.
well, ironically, his name was like George Alexander Chilak.
Oh, George, a fellow George. I already like him. I already like him. So yeah, rest in peace to George and condolences to Greg and the family. And I know this is going to be a super, super difficult time. And guys, remember when something like this happens, remember to reach out and be there because at the end of the day, people remember the people that showed concern. So,
Yeah.
because when that happened to me, I still remember the people who jumped on an airplane or who called or who took over and planned things or cooked food or sent flowers. I remember all that shit. So, make sure when that stuff like that happens that you reach out and you make sure people know you care. Just saying, I'm so sorry. Show people that you care. Call if they live close by, jump in the car. Just make sure that they don't feel alone in that time because it's easy to feel alone in that time.
Mhm. No, yeah, like my podcast co-hosts are like my little support circle. So y'all like my therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
we're
all lean.
all
Yeah, we all lean on each other at some point.
yeah, we're all uncertified therapists. We all are qualified to be on the last
Yes, we
resort.
are.
We
Yes,
have
we
zero
are.
qualifications as therapists, so we could be
And
therapists on
and
the last
and you know
resort.
what's crazy about that, George? That we've never met in person. At least me, most of us have not met in person. You've met everybody, I think,
Oh,
except for
I met
Gina.
George.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
met
Coco met
Coco.
George
Yeah, we
and
met each other in
Shabooty.
Vegas.
And Shabooty met George.
No,
Me and Gina
I
haven't
haven't
met
met George.
George.
I haven't met George.
No, Shabooty and I never met in person. Isn't that
Oh,
funny?
don't you guys have a picture together?
No.
No. No.
Wait.
Okay, so here's the thing. Shabooty and I have been talking like online for like a minimum of like 7 years. It could be longer than that. Like it's been a really, really long time.
True, yeah.
Okay, so
Followed on Twitter, yeah.
Following each other. Like, I wish Twitter told you when you started following each other. We've been following each other for like probably a decade.
I'm okay. I'm pretty sure I saw a picture of you two together when you were young. I mean, you look different. Shabooty's hair
No,
was
not that
longer.
I know of. I mean, unless we met.
Unless somebody was memeing us or some shit.
No,
Yeah,
it was in our chat.
no,
Was in
I
our
don't
chat.
know. I mean, unless he was out in Cleveland and he came to one of the radio events.
Yeah, I think you said Ohio.
No, that's not something we would forget or be lie about.
Okay, I know, but
Yeah.
go back and look at the pictures in our chat because I'm pretty sure. I think George had a red shirt on or something. I don't know. Or maybe you guys were joking. I don't know that you met. But anyway, I haven't met anybody in person.
Well,
So
I think we should change that. I think that we need to get
we need to
together.
definitely have a round table at some point.
Yeah, like I feel like we should do a live podcast and record it in person. I feel like that would be so
I think the
surreal.
best location would be Vegas because it's nice, the weather over there, or Florida. We can go to Orlando. But
Yeah, y'all can come here or we can go to Vegas. Whatever we need to do to make this happen. And also, my birthday, Shabooty's birthday, and Gina's birthday are all like in the same week. So we
yeah,
gotta figure this shit out. We gotta get together.
yeah, we got it. That'll be a great cover for the podcast.
Y'all know that I'm on an airplane more than I'm in a car. So you just tell me the date and the place, and I'm on somebody's airplane.
I mean, I know he's on TV, but if Sarper can book all these fucking shows, we could at least book one show, right?
Right?
I
And
kind of feel like we can. I really do. I feel like we can do it. Like when I was in LA, we were out on Hollywood Boulevard, and it was, there's a lot of famous people with me, but the amount of people that approached me kind of shocked me because me and Angela Deem and Tyree and we're all walking together, and everybody gets approached or whatever, and it's like the amount of people that walked up to me and they were like, "Is Shabooty here?" Or I didn't know you were gonna be here, and I was like, "Oh shit." I was like,
hold a hand to God. Did somebody really say that to you in LA?
yes. They asked. They were like, "What are you doing in LA?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm here with Angela, blah, blah, blah. I'm covering the event." And they're like, "No way. I listened to your podcast." They're like, "Is Shabooty here somewhere?" And they're like looking around. And I'm like, "No, he's not here." And they were like, "That's so crazy." They're like, "I was literally listening to y'all the other day." And they're like, "And you're standing in front of me." And I'm like, "Oh, shit. Look at us making waves. Look at that." I was very impressed.
because I mean, before you associated Shabooty always with George or George with Shabooty. That's how I got to know you guys, like on Twitter. Like you guys were always posting or tagging each other on posts or commenting, so they're like one and the same.
Yeah, I should have went, even though like I should have went to in hindsight, I should have went to the Sarper like comedy show in DC just so I could see if anybody in the audience would recognize me.
Yeah, you should have. I told you, you have to go.
Well, it'll be hard to recognize you because your picture is avatar. But if it was like your real face, then yeah,
Well,
you have
on Instagram,
you have a very handsome face.
let's save that for the paid podcast. I'm kidding.
You have a very handsome, unforgettable face.
It was just crazy though, guys, for real. Like the amount of people that walked up to me by name. I was just like, that's so crazy, y'all, because I've been doing this for a long time. And every now and then, right, it's like rare, especially in the airport. I feel like it happens in the airport more than anywhere because I'm in the airport a lot. And I remember I was in Charlotte, of all places, at an airport, and I found a gate that was closed at the back of the airport. It wasn't my gate. It was a gate that was closed. I didn't want to be bothered because I wanted to go on my computer. And I had to pee. So I got up and I went to the bathroom, and this lady was following me. And like I got to the bathroom, and obviously she didn't come in the bathroom with me. But as I came out of the bathroom, she like was still there. And as I was walking past her, she was just like, "I just wanted to tell you I love you."
Oh,
and I was like,
God.
"Oh," and she was like, "I listen to you all the time." And I was like, "Oh my God, give me a hug." And I was like, that's just so funny. So the idea that I've been doing this for almost 6 years, the podcast thing and the radio like over a decade ago, the fact that people even recognize me is like surreal sometimes. It's really weird.
Yeah, George, you're very handsome too, and you do have a very unforgettable face as well. So I'm sure people see you. People see you, and they're like, okay, I've seen him. Where have I seen him before? Where have I seen him before? And then if they are a fan of the show, or even on Twitter, because anybody that's on Twitter sees your post, sees when you post. So you have your picture and your whole government on there.
No, I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right. And keep in mind, I want to say I was wearing sunglasses
Oh.
in the airport, and they still followed me and figured out who I was. So I was just like, this is funny. This is so funny because I don't claim to be anybody that of any stature. But I just thought it was funny because on Hollywood Boulevard, when I'm walking with all these people who've been on multiple TV shows and we're hanging out together, it's just ironic that people approached me in general at all. It was
And I
just
saw they had like a cameras and everything over there, like a
yeah.
paparazzi type shit. I was like, damn, this shit is bigger than I thought.
Yeah, it was wild. It was so wild, and it's fun. Everybody was like, "What was that like?" I was like, "Well, we pulled up and in a truck, a black truck, and we get out, and literally cameras flashing before you could even put your foot on the ground. There's a microphone in your face. There's like a TMZ person. There's like all it was really wild. I don't know if that's the lifestyle I would want, but it was interesting to live like that for one day. Like it was interesting.
True. Yeah, like, and I feel like, yeah, I probably would have had a good time because it's like, because I know there's like LA douchey parties, but it seems like that one would have been more of like a fun, everyone's.
Oh, you would have had so much fun, Shooty. This was an invite only, RSVP only event. There was a country singer there who has a massive hit on the radio. I can't remember his name now. There's a bunch of rappers there who have music on the radio. It was a VIP only event. You would have had an amazing time. Like people were standing outside that wanted to get in, but you had to be on the list. So it was fun. You would have in the mingling of people. Like I was talking to I think I told you in the other podcast, the editor of Mob Candy magazine. I didn't even know who I was talking to. We were just drinking and shooting the breeze. And then she was like, I want to fly you to Manhattan and have you interview for Mob Candy magazine. And I was like, huh? And I was like, who are you? And I like, so it was just crazy. It's like who you never know who you're having a conversation with. So it's crazy.
True. All right, let's go to my let me go to the topics list real quick. So I guess my question now is like, do you want to wait until like the big story or go there or when?
Just go there already, because people are probably dying.
Wait, are we going into the big story already?
Yeah, he got it on the list. He
Well,
said
let's do one thing before the big story. Did you see this isn't the big story, but did you see Kara's new music video with the 90 Day Bad Boys in it?
Oh, they have a new one?
Yeah.
When you
No.
posted the story, I did not know I knew the song was out, but I hadn't watched the video. So that's why I was a little late getting into the chat tonight because I wanted to watch the video. Because it's funny, I was told about this video already by some people who were in it. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't even watch it. I'm not gonna have any commentary to contribute. So that's what I was doing. I had to run downstairs and get my mic, and then I came back up here and I turned on the TV and I grabbed the YouTube and I put it on. I'm gonna say this was a very good music video. Like, not even gonna lie, this was very good. Like, good quality. Kara looked and sounded great, and the Bad Boys did not detract at all from this interview or this video. Because you know how some people are like, "Oh, I think Shabooty, you said it. You were like, she dumped herself down to put the Bad Boys in there. She's too good for that." I feel like they didn't retract anything. I felt like it was a good collaboration.
Yeah, like this was better because this was for her song. So this was better than the 90 Day Bad Boys video they did prior where they were doing the 90 Day lip syncing or whatever. So
Well, yeah, because this was her music video, and
those
also I want to
better.
the one that they did with Contagious, the R. Kelly and Ron Isley thing that they did the other day. That one was really good too, and it brought me back because I remember being a kid when that song was popular. Shabooty, you remember that song, right? The Contagious song where he catches the chick cheating back when R. Kelly was doing the rock opera.
Oh, what is it? In the closet?
Yes, yes.
The closet.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
what you doing in my closet with the Isley Brothers?
yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the Bad Boys did a parody of that, and I actually was impressed. And I was like, maybe I'm just like in a good mood because I had such a good weekend last weekend. I was like, but I'm like impressed with people's work lately. Usually I always got something to criticize, but I was like, this ain't bad either. I was like, okay, this ain't bad either.
True. All right, should we get to the big story now?
I mean,
Yes,
you're really
please.
pushing to get there, so I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna stop you.
True. Okay, I'm trying to. Okay, let me. This is gonna. I got to figure out how to gear up for this one. No, I'm kidding. Um. Okay, so here, this may be like a long story, but I'll try not to like drag it out too long. But it is kind of shocking. So here's the story, y'all. This is like the big story that went out. That happened a few days ago. So here's the story. So I think it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday, George. It was Wednesday, right? I think.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Okay, so it's Wednesday. Picture it's like Wednesday, and if I'm blabbing too long or if I'm not getting to the point, just I'll let me know. So
Actually, it might have been Tuesday. It might have been Tuesday.
true. Well, it doesn't matter. Wednesday or Tuesday. Let's say
Yeah.
I think it was Wednesday. So anyway, it's literally like 9:55 or something p.m., right? And then wait, no, it was probably I think it was like 8:55, and then my fantasy football draft is at 9 p.m. So literally in like 5 minutes, I have my fantasy football draft. And in a man's world, that's kind of a big deal. Because you pick your whole football team for the rest of the year. So anyway, I literally have my fantasy football draft in 5 minutes. And prior to that, like 20 minutes prior to that, I had posted something on Instagram that was a gentle light goof on Jasmine. It was Jasmine had posted a photo of her daughter saying like she's Afro-Latina. And I made a caption, I reposted it, and I said, if she's Afro-Latina, then you can call me Dolomite. And it was a funny one-liner, and all the comments were like laughing, and it was like amusing, and it wasn't even like harsh. It was pretty innocent. And I'm 5 minutes away from my fantasy ball draft, and all of a sudden my phone blows up in text. And all of a sudden Liz blows up my text, and this has never happened before, in defense of Jasmine, saying, take that post down, blah, blah, blah. Like, how dare you say that? Take it down now. I don't want to be associated with you, blah, blah, blah. And I literally had like 5 minutes of my fantasy football draft, so I don't really have time to react. And I was like, and I basically responded like, you could ask a lot nicer than that. But then at that point, I didn't really have time to like calculate what to do. So then I just like took down the post and I had to do my fantasy football draft for the next hour. And so she kind of went off on me. She went scorched earth. She crashed out on me, and it was kind of fucked up. And George, I shared the like text to like my co-host, but anyway, it was pretty fucked up, and it was shocking. And it was the first time she ever like went at me for for an innocent like goof on Jasmine. And it's like, and she even mentioned a blogger in the text, and so it seemed very like weird and like out of character, and it was out of pocket on top of it. So it was just shocking that the person that I've been like promoting, being kind to, helping their relevancy, et cetera, to like all of a sudden attack me out of the blue. So that's basically what happened. It was pretty shocking, and I haven't really texted back to her since Wednesday. So that's kind of what happened. So that was what happened.
Yeah, and look, I'm a nice guy, right? Like I'm a nice guy, but when you come for my crew, it's personal, right? Like I have a very small circle of people, and I stand up for my people. Like I tell my bestie all the time, I was like, I'll get arrested for you. And it's vice versa, right? Like like you fuck with my people and I will come for you. And I felt like the way that she approached you was very out of pocket, and it was confrontational, and it showed a lack of respect because I thought y'all had a mutual respect, right? Like not just your respect for her, but also her respect for you. I thought that was a mutual thing. And
yeah, go ahead, George. Because I'm gonna add some salt and pepper onto that. I'm gonna put some sazon on it when you finish.
I just felt like I didn't like the approach, because you can say anything to anybody. You can walk up to somebody and tell them that you think they're the most disgusting human being in the world. It's not what you say, it's how you say it and how you go about it. Because sometimes I have to say things that are mean because I love a person, but it's about how you use your words and how you come at people. And I've had conversations with friends and family where we disagreed and we had issues, but it's the fact that I had to come in a respectful manner because I wanted to be respectful. And I feel like the way that she approached you showed a lack of respect. And you've shown her a lot of grace.
Yes.
On this show. Okay.
Shabooty has held her to the utmost highest on this podcast, to the point where I, fellow podcaster of Shabooty, had to bite my tongue or excuse myself from the podcast many times when she was on because I didn't want to say what I was actually thinking. So I would be like, oh, I gotta go, or I'm not showing up today because I couldn't stomach it anymore. I'm trying to hold back how you really feel about a person, just to save your friend's feelings is really hard. And I think that the way she came out at Shabooty over Jasmine bullshit, Shabooty's better than me because I would have I would have had her in tears. And I
Well,
would have did it publicly because that's how petty I am.
well, Captain, you saw what I put in the group chat. I was like, well, I'm just glad that she didn't say that to me.
Yeah.
That's why I say me and George, we're the same, and we're one and the same. Because we'll key with you, but when it's time to put you right where you belong, we don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I
We don't
really
have a problem with that. And she took advantage of Shabooty's kindness and his friendship, and the fact that he was very overprotective of anything that we say about her on the podcast. He never wanted her to get like bullied or score. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna stay away from how I really feel
Yeah.
because of
and
Shabooty.
Captain, let's be real. If it wasn't for Shabooty, I would have dragged her.
I would have
I would have.
dragged her to Phil so many times on this podcast.
Yes,
I
because
wanted to drag her ass, and I kept saying, "Damn it, damn it, damn it."
because she had friends in high places. There was many times where there was things going around or floating around about her, and I had the platform to just say exactly how I felt, but out of respect.
When I wanted to go scorch earth on that bitch when she candidly came on our podcast. And she was like, "Oh, I can't really say nothing. I can't really get into it." And bitch had already broke up with Jason, moved to a completely different state, and went on another podcast to spill her tea, and then come and give us cold ass tea, iced tea, when you spilled that hot shit someplace else. I was like,
Yeah,
"Fuck that. We
I
honor you
remember.
here. We respect you, and you're gonna go spill your shit someplace else. Get the fuck off our podcast."
I'm gonna agree. I just think it was like, okay, I'm just gonna say this, and I don't want, you know, Shabooty to like get offended or anything like that. But she knew like that you liked her, so she was just manipulating the whole thing, from the beginning. Like trying to see like what you can do to get out of it. What because she knew you were never gonna like turn against her.
Yeah, she took advantage of that.
Why would she, in turn, thinking she has the control?
Yeah, well, let me set the record straight though. Like nothing will stop me from goofing on Jasmine. So
Well,
That's why I told you.
By the way, who cares?
yeah,
She
exactly.
she she got she had the balls to touch her booty to take it down. And I told your booty, no, no, no. What is our motto? We do
Don't
not
negotiate with
negotiate with
terrorists.
terrorists.
Yeah.
You put that shit back up and you leave it there.
Mhm.
Fuck her and her feelings. To think the way we used to handle her with white gloves on this podcast because we didn't want to,
Seriously.
we used to handle her with white gloves. And she would be like, I only got 5 minutes. I only got 5 minutes. And it'd be like 45 minutes and she's still going on and on and on about how Ed was such a good person. But he was such a kind person. I lost respect for her the minute she took Ed back after he took his engagement ring off her on stage on national TV. That's when I said, you know what? This bitch is trash.
Mhm.
And
Well,
that's how I feel about it. And I tell her to her face if I ever see her, you trash. You fucked with Shabooty and nobody fucks with Shabooty.
yeah, so all I'm gonna say is I'm still gonna shit on Jasmine. I'll probably shit on her more. So
Shit, yes. Turn up the heat now. Turn up the heat.
yeah,
Well,
Jasmine of all people.
Can I also point out though that you did the post that she retaliated on you for wasn't even anything
That
bad.
wasn't even I was trying to look to see what was the offensive part.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I
Hold
looked
on.
through the comments on the people commenting on Shabooty's post, and everybody was I was dying laughing. They were like, "Is the Afro Latina? Is the Afro in the room with us? Is the Afro Latino in the room with us?" Because I mean, come on, be serious.
Yeah.
You put a Caucasian. Somebody said put up the meme. That baby is from the Caucasian mountains of of the Caucasus. What's the guy's name? The comedian, the short little guy that was on Shay Shay. Damn, I forgot his name. Anyway,
Oh,
he
you
has
mean
a meme.
Cat Williams?
Cat Williams, the Cat Williams meme. This baby is from the mountains of Caucasus. Okay, so yeah, and then she puts on the tiniest bikini she finds to carry her baby. Do you own any clothing? I mean, you want to take a picture with your baby, put on some clothes and thing. But Shabooty did not do anything offensive. Okay, the meme did not say anything bad, didn't say anything offensive. She was
Yeah.
probably she was probably midway down her third bottle of Malbec and decided to fuck with Shabooty at that time.
Yeah, and like not to woe is me myself, but like I also was having like a super stressful like work week, which is not like a rare occurrence. So it's like the last thing I needed was like additional stress. So anyway, that was like all that shit was all going down at the same time as I was doing my fantasy football draft with like Gino and Tyree and stuff. So
You know what you should do? You should invite her to the podcast and let us have at it.
Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that because I can't.
Let us have at it with her.
I can't guarantee my actions, so don't do that.
Invite her to the podcast. Like, okay, everything's cool. Come on the podcast. My listen and unmute everybody. Unmute everybody on the podcast, and let everybody take a go.
so yeah, that's the Liz story that was the hot story of the week. So we'll see what happens. I'll be real. My Twitter. I don't know if anyone's in our Twitter community, but there's a header graphic on there, so I may be updating the header graphic soon. If you can read.
Look. Okay, so after Shabooty told me what happened, I'm just gonna be real. I went on Liz's Instagram and I unfollowed her, and I removed her as a follower. Because look, once you be disrespectful to my people, I just can't. Right? I don't want to follow you. And I'll be real honest. Like, I'll just be honest, open right now. I never cared for her, right? Like, at all.
Yeah. You can tell. I don't know how you guys never picked up on it. When she'd be on, I would either be quiet and not say a single word, or I would excuse myself and leave. And if it was announced that she was going to be on, I wouldn't show up.
I did notice that you would leave right before she would come on. I did. But, I was very respectful.
I was respectful to Shabooty, because listen to me, George. You're best friends, like you say, with Angela. You're best friends with Kim, but we drag Kim and Angela up and down this podcast, and you don't take offense to it, or you don't tell us to cool down.
I'll go on mute. I'll go on mute, and I'll let y'all do what y'all want to do.
You do. So, but with Liz, it was different because we knew that Shabooty, that was a sensitive subject for him. So we had to, spare her.
Let me say one thing though. I think it's just so the same way, like what's his name? The same way George has like history with Angela, and they go way back. And when George is going through his shit, Angela's the first person to call him and like look out for him. So like, so there is some. So let me say one thing though. Like, it's easy to look. I'm not saying I'm the biggest like 90 Day Fiance influencer or anything like that. Like, there's obviously influencers with way more followers and whatever. But the thing is like, when I had way less followers, like Liz was, I'm pretty sure she's the first. I think I don't know if she's the first. I can't remember if she's the first 90 Day Fiance person I met in person, or the second. But anyway, when I had way less followers, she was like, a fan of my content, and she met with me in like Vegas when nobody was necessarily looking for Shabooty. So that's part of the reason where I had a lot of like reverence for her, because she was looking for me when no one else was looking for me. So
yeah, you put her on the map.
Well, she put me on the map, but then I put her more so on the map after she put me on the map.
I don't feel like she put you on the map. I feel like you were on the map already. Like, I disagree that she elevated you in any way, because I don't want to I don't want to sound rude, but who the fuck is Liz when it comes to the big players in the 90
You were posting 90 Day before she came on the show. So she couldn't have possibly made you, because you were already a 90 Day. You didn't have the podcast yet, but you were already 90 Day poster. Like, you had your own shit going on about 90 Day, and she clocked your following, and she's like, you know what? This is the person I need to be friends with. But you can't say that because you were 90 Day from day one. She came on to our season, what, like the 5th, 6th season? What season was she on?
She was on Single Life initially, right?
No. Initially, she started off on Single Life. So that was like way down the line. But you've been 90 Days since day one, tweeting, and when it was called Twitter, but we still call it Twitter, tweeting and on Insta about doing 90 Day content. She just walked in. You know what I'm saying? So she checked through to see who was the biggest influence on 90 Day commentary, and you know what I'm saying? George, I don't know why she didn't approach George. I think George was unapproachable.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. She did. Look, I've known Liz for a very long time, and she's been in my circle of friends for a long time. But we've never had that personal relationship because, in my opinion, she doesn't have a personality, and there's nothing to work with. Like, I can't have a friendship with somebody that doesn't have a personality. So no, she's always been around. She's reached out to me. We followed each other and everything, but there was nothing there for me. Like the way Shabooty connected with her, I didn't connect.
Yeah, Shabooty had a soft spot for her, but that goes to show you sometimes it be your own friends, your own family, your own people.
Oh my God, Cap, that is so true. Sometimes the people who you think
it be your own people that will slap you in the face. I mean, she could have did it more diplomatically and said, Shabooty, I think it's offensive, or I find it offensive. But who the fuck are you to find it offensive? The post is not even about you.
Yeah.
So the
part that like
offense by proxy, get the fuck out of here.
It's like if it was a different cause, like if it was like a different cause or a different issue or topic
that's what I'm saying. If it was an offensive
tweet, like if she got upset over something that wasn't Jasmine, I would be way more receptive to hearing her out and trying to like work with her on like.
No, she had no place. She had no call to come out her face the way she did.
Exactly, but I'm saying like
no matter who it's about, she has no call to reprimand you.
But I'm saying I agree with you, but on top of it, the fact that it's Jasmine makes
the fact that it's Jasmine
even more stupid.
Yeah, like who the fuck?
I give everybody a benefit of a drunk night. So my issue is now it's Friday, and she hasn't apologized to you. That's what I think irritates me. Because y'all have seen my Instagram stories and lives. I can get drunk as the next one, okay? And I can act a damn fool. And I have called people and done things drunk that I needed to apologize for today, right?
George, you know why she's not gonna apologize? Because Shabooty put that shit back up.
Well, I didn't delete the tweet, but I did archive the Instagram post. But anyway.
Well, that's my whole thing. If she would have apologized to you and you would have accepted her apology, I would have turned the other cheek, right? I would have been like, well, I still don't fuck with her, but I'm not gonna say nothing because I respect, whatever y'all's resolution was. But the fact that she's had all of these days and she's had all this time to go back and read the text that she sent you and she hasn't apologized, that's what I think is fucked up. That's my issue.
She's not gonna apologize because she knows she shit the bed. You know what I'm saying? She shit the bed because she had no call to come out the way she did. Had she been more diplomatic on her approach, it could have been, bypassed and overlooked. But the way she came out and started tearing into his ass and talking about, I'm not gonna follow you no more. I don't want nothing to do with you, over a fucking post that had nothing to do with her.
Right?
Okay? That had nothing to do with, that was not offensive, derogatory, or insulting in any way. She come out her face and spark off like that on him.
To say
that has been kind to her. She was ripping his ass, like talking about, how can you do that? Take that down a minute. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, and there was so many fucking posts of remember when like the photo of Liz in front of the hot air balloon with her now fiance, like that every 90-day account was posting it, and I was like, I could post it and get hundreds of likes, but I didn't post it out of respect of like not spilling tea.
Out of respect.
You've shown her.
You shown her too. Yeah.
Grace. And you know what they say when you show grace, it's mistaken for weakness.
You
And
show her too much grace, so she felt comfortable coming at you like
I'm
that.
just gonna put this out here right now for anybody else. If you come around these parts and you think that we're weak, we will unleash the fury of, on your ass. Don't think that you can come around here and disrespect anybody in our crew after we've shown you nothing but kindness and grace. Because at the end of the day, nobody is safe here. If you do something stupid on a TV show, you are not safe. So don't come around these parts and think that you can come and disrespect anybody on this crew because we all rolled together. When we pull up to an event, we're in the same fucking car. We all rolled together. So don't think that you can disrespect one of us because you're disrespecting everybody in the crew. So I just want to put that out there. Don't be her, because the fury that will be unleashed on her, she will not be able to handle. Because we don't just come us four. We have an army of people who
we pull receipts from places you don't want receipts pulled from.
Yeah, and trust me,
we just not bullshitting on this podcast. We have people that could pull receipts for us.
The level of tea that I release is only 10% of the
information we got
that
George.
I have on people, right?
We
Like
got-
I have information on people that could destroy not only their lives but their career. I could get people's kids taken away. Like the information that I have, don't fuck with us,
George. We got
don't do that.
We even got an undercover CIA agent named Gina.
Right? She will find out where you live.
Gina will find out what you ate for breakfast 2 months ago.
She's like RCMP or something.
Yeah, she'll find out where you was at when what exactly you looked like when you were in the womb.
Yeah.
You'll know if there was corn in your last shit.
Yeah, Gina's crazy. But yeah, that kind of was a bummer. I was kind of disappointed about that. But let's move on from that, bitch. Don't give her any more airtime.
So
I don't either.
Let me say my new number one 90 Day Fiance bae is Cara.
All right, but just so you know, we're gonna be dragging her from time to time. She's gonna get dragged, and we don't want you to, we don't want repercussions from that because I'm not feeling.
I'm not gonna protect. I learned my lesson.
You gotta let us, just like George does. George lets us go crazy on all his besties.
No, go ahead. You could shit on Cara, but she's still my new.
Yeah, she could be your number one for now. But with the new season coming of
what
is it? The Other Way, you might find some other interesting people on there.
True.
Yeah, I like Cara too, though. I'm not gonna lie, I like her too. But at the end of the day, when she do something, I'm gonna call her out for it.
Yeah, Cara, I liked her initially, but then I didn't like her initially, and then she kind of grew on me, and then this couple last seasons, I was like, okay, come on now, this is a little bit much even for you. So I don't like the fact that she can't pronounce bachata. I don't like that most of all.
You're Dominican, so you're allowed to say that.
Yeah, that's the main thing I don't like about her. She can't pronounce bachata.
True.
She can sing though. She can sing.
If she was to sing pop, American pop, she will move up further in her career.
There's a video of her out there singing a Beyonce song. It was the first time I ever heard her sing, actually, and she sounds phenomenal. And I don't know why
she has that American pop singer look,
I don't know why she insists on singing in Spanish. I mean, no, I don't. There's nothing wrong with it, but
maybe it's on her bucket list.
The first time I ever heard her sing, because I remember I DM'd her. I saw this video of her singing on Instagram, a Beyonce song, and I immediately DM'd her, and I was like, "Would you explain to me why I knew you from making balloon arrangements and not your voice?" Because I was like, "You can actually sing," and she's like, "Yeah." When I told the show I wanted to focus on music, they were like, "No, that's not interesting. Everyone does that. Let's focus on your balloon arrangements or whatever." Because I was very, very shocked at the level of talent. Because I was like, if that is your voice, then they should have focused on that. But she was like, "Well, they don't want to make celebrities. They want to make memes." So
I like Cara's voice, and I like her look as a singer. I just feel that her genre is gonna hold her back.
True.
I feel her genre is gonna hold her back. I think she would do much better in a pop, a more something more familiar to her because she has the look and the voice for it. I could
Yeah.
see her doing. I could see her doing that kind of not Taylor Swifty songs, nothing like that, but
She'll
something more like a Beyonce type pop.
she'll get there,
But
Taylor
she
Swift.
doesn't have a lot of time. She doesn't have a
No,
lot of
she
time.
got time. She'll get there. Taylor Swift thought she was country, and then she realized she wasn't. Just like a lot of women think that they're riding the right dick until they realize they're riding the wrong dick. You
Well,
have to.
yeah,
It takes time. She'll get there, right? She'll get there. Just give her some
you
time.
get there. But I like her. I just don't like what they're going through right now. But I prefer her with Guillermo. I think they make a great couple, and he does love her. He does really love her. I would
Well,
like to see, and
on
they were really good together on Pillow Talk.
on the last episode of Happily Ever After, where he actually opened up and started crying, that was the first time I realized that he loved her.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't ever convinced that Guillermo loved Cara. I couldn't really read him. He was almost like a shell of a person.
Well, you got to remember, George, that these people that come on here constantly tell us the show edits out and puts the narrative they want the viewer
Yep.
to interpret. So they want us to think that he was, he didn't treat her right or whatever. Oh, everybody's laughing. Oh, how he's gonna be a pilot? Ha 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 ha. That's ridiculous. But that's not ridiculous when you got a woman that wants to be a bachata singer that don't even speak Spanish.
Wait, she speaks Spanish.
Well, yeah, but she's not originally Spanish. I mean, Drake sings bachata. He's not Drake sings in Spanish. He's not Spanish. But to focus your career on that solely.
Well, yeah, because look at Justin Bieber did the Despacito song, right?
Yeah,
Like it's okay.
everybody has one song that they
Yeah.
venture to a different language, but not your entire career.
Yeah, you can dabble.
You can dabble. You can make a single.
Yeah, because Justin Bieber did it. It was very, very successful, and all the
Yeah,
ladies thought
Justin
it was
Bieber.
right. The ladies were like, "Oh, it's sexy. He's speaking Spanish," but he didn't make a whole
Yes,
album.
everybody has a little dabble, but yeah, you can't say, "Well, I'm going to be a Spanish singer," and you don't speak Spanish. I mean, you're not originally Spanish.
But I think she has some Latina in her though.
She had some until she left her husband.
No. I mean, not inserted Latina. I think she's Latina somehow or some way, right?
I don't know, but I'm surprised.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on from Cara. I'm bored.
Okay, let me just make a dumb joke. I'm surprised you found the 90-day bad boys instead of the 90-day bad hombres. Oh,
Oh, I like that. I like that.
true. Okay, well, let's go to our topics list.
Come on, let's get this show on the road.
Um,
You know what? I'm sensing. Wait a minute. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Shabooty. Coco, you there?
No, she left, I think.
Oh, all right. I was like, damn, she's really quiet.
No, she usually like pops out nowadays.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Okay, so this isn't really an exciting topic, but just next on the list was we never really talked about Happily Ever After last Sunday. I guess we could recap it. The only interesting scenes I recall was when Jasmine and Matt were in a gym that wasn't Planet Fitness, so I'm assuming they rented out that fancy gym in Michigan. And they were talking.
There's fancy gyms in Michigan. I learn something every day.
Apparently, because I Googled it and it was in Plymouth, Michigan, and it seemed like a fake gym.
Oh, but you know what? I don't think you can film in Planet Fitness. So that's probably why. Because remember, I saw someone was suing Planet Fitness or vice versa because they were filming in one of the gyms. So yeah, there's a new rule where you can't film. So yeah, they probably had to rent a different gym so they could film in it.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know if there's anything you want to like talk about the Happily Ever. I don't even remember really what else happened that episode.
Happily Ever After, we had
well, like real quick though, you know how like the editing will make you think one way when that's not really what.
Yeah.
So the editing made it seem like Gino and Natalie were like on the fritz or they're about to break up.
Yeah, she said she didn't want to see him anymore. She left.
But that was just the T on that was just the edit, meaning they're not on the fritz. They're not actually breaking up, and they're still like, I'm assuming the barometer is they're still together today.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
you know, TLC has the tendency to do that. They will, their timeline is all scrambled because we have Jasmine. We know had a baby. Now Jasmine is on happily ever after, so nobody knows whether she had the baby or she doesn't have the baby. So that's also driving people crazy. Then on the last resort, when we saw Julia, remember that Natalie made that comment to her that you put on weight? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
On
my
the last
God,
resort?
I do remember
When
that.
Natalie told her you got fat. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
She was
Yeah.
probably already baking.
Was probably pregnant.
She was probably
Captain,
baking
you're
already.
good at this. You're good at this, Captain. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, remember Natalie, as soon as Natalie sat down across from her, she told her in Russian, "Oh my God, you put on weight, you fat."
That was last resort, right?
That was
Yeah,
last resort.
Last Resort. And remember, Last Resort and Happily Ever After.
Because remember they recorded them. I don't know the order exactly, but they recorded them very close together because
Yeah.
nobody can tell if Jasmine is pregnant at the last resort, and they can't tell she's pregnant at the happily ever after. But we know she was pregnant somewhere along the line.
Yeah, you're right. You're
And the
right.
way they edit the show when we were watching it, she's at the gym, the camera showed her like once or twice her belly, but then all the edits, her arm would be in the way, or she would be sitting down, everything was above from the tits up. So she was probably starting to show. The other one, the pudgy, I think I don't like Julia's attitude this season. But anyway, Julia, she was already pudgy at the last resort. So we know she came into this already. And now all of a sudden, boom, the belly is about to burst. So yeah, I think that they were both pregnant at the same time.
But why do you think that these people are having babies? Because a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Brandon and Julia." Because okay, so when they made the announcement, the TLC page posted it, and they were like, "We can't wait to share our journey with you." So I was like, "Oh, so y'all are having this baby so you could be on TV longer." Do you think that that's why these people are having babies?
No.
I do.
What's fake is what they're portraying on the show. These people love each other and they're happy.
No,
All
but
that bullshit about Betty being meddling and nosy and all of that, that's all an act.
no, yeah, they're happy, but then they also are. It's both of them. You're both right. It's like they're happy together and they're having the baby because it adds to their storyline.
Well, right.
That's their storyline. Look at their Instagram pictures, and you can't tell that these are the
Oh,
two same people that were on this season.
Well, what struck me when they made that announcement, the only thing that stood out to me, because I look for keywords and shit, was Brandon was like, "We can't wait to share this journey with you." And I was like, what does her being pregnant have to do with us? We don't care about that baby. We don't want to know journey. Like they are
That
saying
was a storyline. That whole shit at the last resort. Oh, I can't get pregnant. I don't know if I could get pregnant. That was bullshit. That bitch was already pregnant.
true.
Yup.
Oh, and then so Julia already has like an Amazon wish list for like baby stuff.
Can you believe that
Oh,
shit? She learned from the
I
best. She
I
learned
can
from the best.
believe that because Julia ain't got no job and she
Yeah,
ain't
but
never
let me
had
tell you
no
something.
job.
Julia's not a fan favorite because, truth be told, there's a lot of people who actually like their mother-in-laws and their father-in-laws on that watch the show. You know, there's a lot of people who like that kind of family-oriented living, and she's being super rude to Betty and Ron for no reason. Like she's popping off for no reason. There are boundaries that are being crossed, but you have to be diplomatic about how you come at people. You can't just spark off and start ranting and raving.
Well, first of all, if you pregnant, the last thing you want to do is be
Yes,
nasty to your in-laws because that's your free babysitter.
and not only that, they say when you pregnant and you take a hate to a particular person, the baby come out with a likeness to that person.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
So
But
she
here's the
needs
thing.
she needs to chill with Betty.
The funny part of it all is I don't think that Julia and Betty don't get along. I think it's a storyline in itself.
It's a storyline.
Because
It's a
don't forget,
storyline.
when she first got here, she moved into Brandon's parents' house and she kept starting shit with them then. I think it's just the producers were like, "Oh, you should not get along with his parents. That'll be a good storyline." I don't think that she actually hates Betty, because I bet you if anything was going down and Brandon and Julia needed money or a babysitter or their car fixed, Betty would be the first one to put her debit card down and get it done. I don't think that there's a real issue. I think in order for their boring asses, because I'm just going to be real,
Yes, they
Brandon
boring.
and Julia are so boring. They're so boring. I fell asleep during the baby announcement post. They are so boring. They can't keep my attention for 5 seconds. They need something to make them relevant and to actually fit into a show, because watching them is worse than paint dry, right? Like paint dry would be way more interesting than watching Brandon and Julia. They have no between the two of them. How does between two people, neither one of you have a personality, neither one of you have a sense of humor, and neither one of you have anything to bring to the camera? Like, what the hell?
I agree. Like they're boring and paint drying is more interesting. And I do think that Betty's probably way nicer, like off, when the cameras aren't rolling. She's less obnoxious. And
Yeah. I think that when the cameras are on, they're like, okay, Betty, over the top, overbearing, forget about
you also
anybody's
keep your
feelings but
city,
your own.
your city
Action.
80s hair perm.
And
Oh,
she she's always their storyline has always been that Brandon is a mama's boy, so they prey on that, like, oh, he's a mama's boy, he's a mama's boy, he's a mama's boy. You show him crying on the floor next episode, he's gonna
well,
he leaves with the mother to the hotel, and
I
then you
think
see them on Instagram and they can't get enough of each other.
well, yeah, I think what's bothering me is you can't continue the same storyline over multiple seasons. You need to bring a new storyline to each season. Because I think that's why we're so bored with, like, okay, so Darcy and Georgie, right? It's been the same storyline for the
Good
last 6 or 7
grief.
years. And it's like we can't really tolerate, oh, Darcy is annoying Georgie and Georgie's cheating on Darcy. It's the same thing for year after year
She's
after year.
insecure. I'm a strong woman. She's, if you listen, I don't know how many of you will ever watch the original Star Trek with William Shatner, how he used to talk on Star Trek. That's how Darcy talks. Like they say a sentence and then they pause and then they say another word. Everything with her is a show. She had to come and fuck it up and cry at those people's dinner. Like, what are you so insecure about? If you're insecure, then the problem is you, because we've watched you over the years and on your own show with different mates, and it never works out. And the fact that it
And
never works out is a money
the
grab.
it's always the exact same
That's the
storyline.
money grab. That's
It's
the money
almost
grab.
like insert the man. The storyline stays the same, but they insert different men into the same
because
storyline.
that's how she keeps TLC hooked. She's like, oh, the
Well,
same
we're not
storyline.
hooked. We're not hooked. I don't know if the producers are simple-minded or what. We're not hooked. Like, and that's the same. That's how I feel with Brandon and Julia. That's how I feel with Lauren and Alexi, Jovi and Yara. They bring the exact
and
same
don't
storyline.
get us started on Libby and Andre.
Oh, it's always
With
been the
this
same thing.
bullshit, I lost 75K and your wife takes it like nothing. And like that's
So here's my thing. Every season, and I put this out there on Twitter, I don't think people cared, but every season, Libby act like she's blindsided by the fact that she found out that Andre is an asshole. And I was like, you can't continually find out for the first time that you married an asshole. You were aware of that when you met him. So your storyline can't be, I can't believe Andre did that. I can't believe Andre said that. Because after the first, second, and third time, he told you to shut the fuck up and he ripped your phone out your hand, you knew he was an asshole. So stop. The producers have to be real and be like, well, we can't just put them on a show every year and the only storyline is Andre's an asshole.
By the way, do you think the producers tell Betty to keep her 80s hairdo?
Oh no, I think that's
I think
her.
that's Betty's trademark look.
Yeah,
I
because
mean, it works for her. I personally would do something different, but that's what works for her.
I think, isn't she from West Virginia?
Just Virginia.
Virginia. Everything about her says West Virginia. I thought it was the West.
I mean, listen,
but
they seem, Ron seems to think it's hot. So
by the way, okay, so next topic it's a short one, like a short discussion, but update on Devin's booty spider bite is it seems like after the antibiotics that her butt has healed, and her ass won over the spider bite. So it seems like her ass.
I can't believe a spider bit her on the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so she's doing good. Okay, good for her.
Good. Her butt prevailed, and that just makes me an even bigger fan of hers now.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that her and her butt are doing okay. She didn't lose a butt cheek or anything, so that's good news. We never want to hear of anybody losing the little bit of butt that they have. So good for her.
Well, hopefully we'll get to see her in some fashion where we'll get an update on how Piggy is doing. But anyway,
Well, she's not Piggy no more. She dropped.
Yeah.
She dropped all that weight.
She dropped all that weight. She actually looks
She
really
got
good.
her revenge body. She got her revenge body now.
Yeah, the Darcy term. Yeah, she posted a picture the other day and she was looking snatched. She looked good.
You know something? I just feel like TLC should open up the polls to the viewers and ask us, who do we want to continue seeing and who do we want to never see again?
I would love that.
That will make the shows more interesting. Like, if we want to see you progress to the next level, to happily ever after. Do you want to continue?
Isn't that how democracy works? Like, if somebody wants to be the president or they want to be
exactly, they should ask us, do you want to see Libby and Andre on Happily Ever After? Yes or no? Poof, everybody votes
no, right?
Then if they split up, they'll ask us, do you want to see Libby on The Single Life? Vote yes or no. Viewers vote no. And that will make room for more contestants to come into the show and get rid of the old people.
Like, George, you watch Love Island, so how does the voting work on that?
The voting, you don't get to really vote specifically. Like, you have to vote for certain things. Like, for instance, you'll vote for favorite couple or the most honest or the person who you think is the most likely to tell a lie. Like, you don't get to vote for like who you want to stay and who you want to go for instance. But at the end of the day, like, when the voting does determine sometimes who gets sent home and who doesn't. Or sometimes our voting will determine who's the bottom two people, and then the people on the island will decide between those two people who gets to go home. So it's not like American Idol. It's not like we determine who goes and who stays. Because I tried to get Ace voted off like from day one, and I didn't prevail. And also Taylor too, but I didn't prevail. So yeah, you'll vote in categories. And if you are voted like the favorite, America's favorite couple, then those people are safe. They can't be kicked off. But then, like, there are other categories where you can get kicked off.
True. Okay.
Because the cable bills, people paying cable. A lot of people pay for cable to watch TLC shows. And every season, every variety of the show, you get the same people.
True. Okay, should we go to the next topic?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is kind of stupid, but it's still a topic. So Courtney explained her whole situation where she was wearing the like stockings that were like vomit colored. That's my words. But so she said, well, one of my commenters said, for anybody that really wants to know, Courtney said on her Instagram that she ordered the tights to match her dress and didn't realize how bad they were until she put them on at the tell-all. She was horrified. That's the explanation, but people in the comment section are saying, well, if you put them on and you didn't like the color or whatever, then you were horrified. Why did you wear them? You could just like not wear them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you put them on and you don't like the way they look, you would take them off. Like, okay, so here's a fun fact. When we were in LA, I brought 3 outfits for the red carpet, right? And I think Tim brought 2 or 3 too. And what I did was, when I got ready, I went and I put on an outfit, and I would come out and I would ask the guys, and we kind of voted what we thought I should wear or whatever. So if she was at the tell-all and she had anybody there that she could have consulted with, why wouldn't you put those on and be like, do you think these look bad? And if you have anybody that cares about you, they would be like, hell yeah, that look bad. Take that shit off. You ain't going on TV looking crazy. So there's no reason why she put them on, knew they looked bad, and walked out there and filmed in them. That's crazy. Like, no, even if I put something on and I had enough sense in my head to know I don't want other people to see me in this, I would.
Well, we know Courtney's not wrapped too tight. Do you guys remember one tell-all that she was on? I think it was for Diaries or something. I don't know. She was on a tell-all. She had a green dress. They brought her out and she peed herself and she walked off the stage. She had like a green dress, like a green satin dress. And you could see the pee stains on the back of her dress. She peed herself while she was sitting there.
Wait, stop. Courtney?
Courtney, yeah, Courtney.
I don't remember that. This was on Diaries?
It was a tell-all. She was on stage and she was talking about the smashing the cupcakes with her feet.
What? I don't
And
remember this.
yes, I gotta go back to tape, but to find the picture. But she had like a aqua green dress or something, like a deep green, and she was laughing and laughing, talking about how she was squashing cupcakes for money on the internet. And then when she got up to leave the stage, you could see the pee stain on the back of on the back of her butt, like she peed herself.
That's crazy. I need a photo.
Yeah, I gotta find it. But if we can pull up the episode where she's on, they bring her on stage and she's talking about
Wait, was that on 90 Day Bears All?
90 Day Bears All.
I remember that on 90 Day Bears All. Y'all
90 Day
remember
Bears All.
the short-lived COVID
Right,
Sean Robinson
right.
spinoff? It was,
Yes, they
yeah,
did a
I
tell all
remember
for
that.
that. For that, look for the tell all for that season of the Bears All, that she's on stage talking about what she was doing during COVID, and she starts laughing and laughing and laughing. Then when she gets up to leave, you see all the like the pee stain on the back of her dress. So I don't think stockings were an option. I think she just wanted to be difficult because she's come on stage without stockings before.
True. Okay, before we get to like strip club reviews, I have like a quick. So I have some auxiliary topics
Oh, okay.
that I forgot to add, but I have them like saved in my favorites. So
All right, cool. Let's do
see.
some rapid fire extra
Well,
topics. It'll be
actually,
fun.
one of them may not be rapid fire, but okay. One thing we forgot to discuss on the and again, like if you haven't listened to it, go to our Patreon and listen to the George in Los Angeles with Angela Deem episode. But so did your gaydar go off at all with Tim or for Tim?
Oh, okay. So, you're right. We didn't discuss this on the Patreon. So, okay. So Tim, I think I told y'all he landed a couple hours before me. We were supposed to land at LAX at the same time. My flight was delayed 2 hours. So when I finally walked up to him, um, it didn't go off. But as throughout the day, I did notice some of the characteristics that would make it go off. But I want to say this actually. So we went out to clubs and bars and stuff together. And I want to say Tim approaches women all the time. And a lot of times when he was talking to me, like we'll be like talking or drinking, and he'd nudge me as a hot chick walks by and he's like, look, let's go talk to her. So he definitely is actively pursuing women because I saw it. And I don't mean just like, and he wasn't doing it just to like prove that he wasn't, because a lot of these women he would approach and bring back to our table to talk to us. So it's interesting because on TV, I guess the best way to say this is he looks way gayer on TV than he does in real life. I guess is the best way to say it.
True.
But yeah, but even in real life though, he does have some characteristics that would make you feel that way. But I did notice almost everywhere we went, he would point out the hottest chick there to me. He's like, we should go talk to her, or she's hot, or look at that ass. Like he definitely didn't give that vibe off. And then even when we weren't even near each other, he would be randomly, I would look up and he's gone. He would be randomly talking to some chick. So it definitely is confusing to say the least.
True.
Okay, two things can be true. It can be two things can be true.
This is true.
If I'm surrounded by a bunch of people, especially George, who has a large following, a podcast, and a lot of friends, and I was trying to hide something, I would try to mimic the opposite. Because
you gotta go extra hard.
I'm gonna go extra hard because George and Shabooty are friends, and they got this little podcast on Fridays that they talk about. They talk shit about people. So the last thing I'm gonna do is show my feathers like a peacock.
I will say this,
but I can also say the second thing that could be true. I think wholeheartedly that Tim is just androgynous. He's different. He's introvert, and he lacks the self-confidence to really be himself, because a lot of women nowadays, they don't accept it. So he's kind of like in a stalemate, like he doesn't know what to do. So he's like kind of checked out. But I think if he found somebody with his fashion sense that kind of digged him and let him be who he is, I think I don't really think he's gay. I think he's just introverted, androgynous person who likes fashion. But he can also be gay and not just be acting the role for the public.
Well, that's true. That's true. I will say, when we were in the car, he did say, he was like, George, just so we're clear, he was like, are you, he was like, we're having a conversation. He's like, so can I be comfortable speaking to you? Or is this like going to be a 2 or 3 day interview where everything is on the record? He did say that. And I was like, oh, no. I was like, whatever we talk about, if you don't want me to discuss it, say, don't discuss this, because he did bring that up pretty early on. Cause he was like, you're basically a reporter. So
Exactly.
he was like, so I just want to make sure.
You think that if you were in the room with Brad Pitt and he was gay, he would let you know he was gay? He'll be sleeping with chicks if he has to, because he knows that you have a high reach in the public and social media, and the last person he's going to show his feathers to is you. But
Well, yeah, and also when Cole got there, I will say this: Cole was scared of me at first. He got to the house and he was really quiet, and then we were in the truck, and everybody was like Cole, and we were trying to get him to talk, and he finally said something. He was like, "I'm really scared of George." It was like, I've seen the stuff that he says about me. And he's like, I'm just trying to just not give him any new information to use against. And I was like, Cole, stop. I was like, honestly.
But see, unlike Cole, which was Cole kind of showed his feathers on the show, because remember, Jennifer, the minute she saw him, she was like, I think he's bisexual. She picked him up on her gator right away. But let's just say, but Tim has also learned how to use the commentary to his favor.
Yeah, I mean, that's what keeps him relevant.
That's what keeps him relevant. The gayer he acts, the more we tweet.
Yeah, it drives.
And he stays relevant.
Yeah, it drives the fans crazy. And real quick, Heather in the chat says he has no fashion sense.
He does not. But he's androgynous. You remember Prince? People couldn't figure out what Prince was wearing, or what oh my God, he's wearing heels, he's wearing makeup, his nails are painted, his hair. And Prince was straight as an arrow.
Yeah, see, Captain, that's an interesting one for me, because for the longest time, I couldn't accept that Prince was straight based on the way that he acted and dressed, and even his music. And then I had to come to terms with the fact that sexuality has nothing to do with clothing,
with your clothing,
or even the way that you talk. Sexuality is completely separate from that. And Prince is an amazing example, because at the end of the day, there's people who are incredibly feminine, right? Incredibly feminine, that are not gay. And then there are people who, and then I'll go on the other side of the spectrum, because I will say, when we were on the last night or the night before last in LA, we went to Santa Monica Boulevard, Angela and I and Tyree, and we went to the Rainbow District, which is the gay and drag and the LGBTQ community. We went club hopping. Every gay club there was, we went to. We even went to Abby's, where there was men dancing basically naked. And the one thing that really struck me was, first of all, how much I got hit on. But second of all, how many men in there looked like they were straight to me. Mm-hmm. And I have never questioned their sexuality.
Let me tell you, that's why I use Prince as an example.
Yes.
Everybody always called Prince gay. But if you ever watched the Dave Chappelle show, they did a skit when they went to Charlie Murphy went to Prince's house, and Prince schooled them in basketball. He beat them.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Let's let the record state that Prince is more talented than Tim.
Yes, he's more talented, but I'm saying about his style, his fashion sense. So, everybody was like, oh, Prince is gay, Prince is gay. But nobody ever came out with a story about Prince being gay.
And
nobody to this day, nobody can ever say they slept with Prince or Prince was sorting out gay men. Nobody can say that.
And see, Captain, I wanna ring in on that, because Tim has been on this show for like 7 years, right? And people are saying, oh, he's a closet homosexual, he's gay. And I was like, well, how come in these 7 years no one has ever caught Tim out with a man or leaving somewhere with a man? I was like, and at the end of the day, if he is or if he isn't, who cares? No one cares. It's not important.
This is 2025. We don't even care about that. But like we said, the chatter keeps him relevant. So he does gayer and gayer stuff, but he knows who he is. Like when you know who you are, you can do shit like that.
Well,
I know I'm not gay. I know I'm not gay, but I could kiss a girl if it's gonna get me the bag that I want. You know what I'm saying?
See, I agree. Like Angela and I had an amazing time at these gay clubs, and Angela and I were on the dance floor dancing, and then a bunch of men would come and join us and dance. And I know who I am, and I could care. I had an amazing time, right? And when people brought me drinks, I didn't drink them. When people asked me if I wanted to go to the bathroom or whatever, I just said no. I was having a good time, and it's like when you know who you are, all of that chatter is so irrelevant because it doesn't matter what anyone thinks about you because you know who you are and you know what you want and what you don't want. So I think Tim is actually a lot more comfortable with himself than people give him credit for. I think the way that he sells this is a business. I think that he knows what he wants and he knows whether people think he is or he isn't is only going to put money in his pocket, and I think that's how
exactly. You see how he dresses for the show and how he dresses for events. I'm pretty sure if you ran into Tim on a regular day, just him going out to Walmart to grab some stuff, you won't see Tim dressed like that. You'll see him in sweats and sneakers or a hoodie, probably. You won't see him with eyeliner and
Let's go to my next topic.
This is funny though, Captain, because I'm gonna say when we met each other, he was wearing a hoodies and sweats and sneakers.
Yeah, that's all for show, bro.
That's very
it makes him relevant. It makes him relevant.
All right, let's get another rapid fire topic.
Okay, so let's see. This is a question of the tell-all. The question is, why didn't they invite Rocky to the tell-all? Is it because because TLC is too cheap, or because Rocky is not relevant enough?
Well, he was picked at the end, so technically he should have been there because if you were, because Cole and Jenn picked each other, so Cole and Jenn were physically at the tell-all, and Carlo picked Elise and Khalees. Elise and Carlo, I call them Khalees. Should we call them Khalees? They were at the tell-all. Khalees.
Like what is it?
Shakarper.
Shakarper and Khalees.
Yeah, I like Khalees. Let's cone it. I accidentally came up with Shakarper too. Am I good?
You good at this shit?
Am I good at this?
Yes.
I did that shit too.
You came up with Shakarper.
I think Rocky should have been there because in the end Tiffany chose him and they needed an update on that. Like they made Tiffany give the update, oh, we're not together, but he's my trainer. No, they needed to do the update in person because at the end of the day, just like on Love Island, the people who chose each other and they ended up together at the end, those people all were at the tell-all. And it should have been the same way.
George.
I think they're cheap and they didn't invite him.
No, they didn't invite him. You know why? Because they're going to pair Tim and Tiffany up for the next round of whatever they're going to do. Because once you see the chatter in the social media talking about something, that means it's coming down the pike. And the fact that they didn't invite Rocky to the tell-all, which was an intricate part of the tell-all, of the show, and she picked him, and he's not there because they're not together, is because they're gonna feed us a story of Tim and Tiffany, because that's been on social media a lot.
I don't agree with that, even though I love you, Captain.
I know you didn't agree with me on a lot of things, and they came to pass.
Wait, hold on. Someone in the chat said I live close to a 90-dayer and I've always hoped to run into her. Can we know who it is? I'm just curious. You don't have to tell us where you live, but I'm just curious who you live close to, because I live close to several of them and I do run into them randomly. So I'm just curious to know like who you're living close to or whatever.
Okay, real quick, it's sort of a pseudo next topic. Okay, a cast member's mom recently followed me. Are you excited to find out who?
Is it a MILF? Is she hot?
Wait a minute. A cast member's mom started following you?
Is she hot? Yeah. Like she's like what?
Oh, it's a female cast member.
Oh, I know who it is. It's Tiffany's mom.
How did you know?
Because back when me and Tiffany used to talk a lot, her mom followed me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God. From Danielle and Muhammad. Girl, I used to live over there too, and me and Danielle are really close, so that's crazy. Yeah, you'll probably run into her. Danielle is out and about a lot. She works long hours though.
Shout out to Danielle for getting her RN,
Yeah,
her
shout out to
orange
Danielle
license, her
for
orange license, you
turning
know.
shit around. Good, I love her.
And
Danielle,
thank you for your service, because being an RN is a tough job. It's
it
not
is.
easy. It's not easy. The hours are long and the work is very emotional and stressful. So shout out to her for bouncing back from that douchebag and getting her
Yeah.
shit together.
Okay, one last topic before strip club reviews. This is kind of stupid, but like you know who Dana is, right? Michelle's dude.
Yeah, Dana is Gino's cousin.
Yeah.
Gino's
Yeah,
cousin. Yeah.
yeah, I know her.
This morning I'm trying to work or whatever, and then he was like blowing up my DMs and kind of annoying me. So do you want me to read you what he was saying?
Wait,
Yes,
can we
of
go back?
course. Well, how are you
Wait.
gonna ask us that
I
question?
don't. But wait, I don't feel like we were done with the Tiffany's mom thing. So
Oh
Oh,
yeah, right. You
did
just jumped
she?
from one thing to another. You changed the
Yeah,
channel on me.
did she message you? Like, where did this come about?
like well, that's I've like I have followed her for a long time, but she had never followed me back, and then randomly after I probably followed her for over a year, like in the last week, she followed me back finally out of the blue, probably because I would post like a lot about Tiffany lately, and Tiffany may occasionally like repost it or something. And then she followed me back, and then yeah, so now like the mom has DM me like on her own without me like messaging
I wish Tiffany's dad would DM me. He was fucking hot. He was a silver fox.
True.
I knew it was her because back when me and Tiffany used to talk regularly, and I'm gonna clarify, I'm just talking on Instagram. We
Yeah.
used to talk pretty regularly. Not anymore though. Her mom and actually Tiffany's brother, the rapper,
Mhm.
followed me and we started talking a lot. And then the mom followed me and I was like, well shit, am I honorary? I was like, am I honorary part of the family? Now the whole family followed me.
Franco.
Huh?
Yeah, her mom is mad cool.
Oh yeah. And her brother too. I don't know if you know her brother. He's a rapper.
Her father was smooth, but anyway,
No, you.
Shabooty, I meant to, you when you were talking about the happily ever after.
Mhm.
I mean the hunt for love stuff. We didn't touch on the Chantel thing. We
Mhm.
didn't touch nothing on Chantel and her mom acting a fool on stage. We didn't touch on that.
But I'm trying to remember. Is that the preview for the next episode?
No. For what happened in the last episode?
What I'm trying to remember did that happen or was that a preview for the next episode?
Did you not watch the tunnel?
I don't remember.
Hold on.
Anybody watch? Anybody watch?
Yeah, the mom wasn't on this first episode.
Okay, so the mom's coming on this episode.
Yeah, she's coming on this episode.
Okay.
And
Yep.
so what we did see, Miss Karen came in and she gave, okay, so I can give
She
you
gives
something.
Chantel some lollipops, some blue
So
pops.
let me give you something though, because Miss Karen said that what she doesn't like about Ashley is Ashley used to be her friend, Miss Karen's friend. Then she said one day she noticed Ashley was best friends with River. And then she said all of a sudden now Ashley lives with Chantel. And she was like, I believe Ashley used us to get to Chantel. That's where
That
she feels.
that's the storyline they're gonna run. Because
Yeah,
somebody always got to be using them. Somebody
well,
always has to use them.
did you see
You know.
what Pedro posted on his story? He was like, and y'all always said that I was the problem.
Yeah,
That's what
and
Pedro said.
it wasn't Pedro. It wasn't Pedro. I think Chantel. I like her as a person, but I think that her mother is living vicariously through her and forcing her on these shows and all these ventures, and she really doesn't want to do that.
Mhm.
I think she's being forced to do that. You know, like
I wouldn't say that.
yeah, she doesn't want to do that. George, you could see her acting is ridiculously terrible beyond not even fucking Tubi movie acting. And
I think that she's open to doing the shows, and I think that see, I don't know. I love Miss Karen, but I think
you love them, but George, it's okay to say. Remember
I,
remember
I
we're
think
here. We're here to say the truth, God damn
I
it.
think Miss Karen likes being on TV more than Chantel does.
That's what I said. Miss Karen is living vicariously through Chantel, and Chantel doesn't want to do that. Chantel wants to do whatever she wants to do, but the mom keeps forcing her to act, and she's not good at it.
Okay, can I change the subject?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so what were we talking about before?
Yeah, okay. So
we were talking about Tiffany's mother.
Well, okay, let me say one thing about Tiffany's mother, and then we can get to the Dana DMs. As far as Tiffany's mother, yeah, so she like Tiffany, I'm assuming they live in the same town, so like they're probably like an hour away from me. So if I become buddy with the mom, I'll have to invite myself over to the next barbecue or something.
Well, are you gonna date her mom?
No, no,
her mom is actually hot.
no, yeah, she's attractive.
Yeah, the mom looks like her. But when you DM the mom back, can you ask her to tell Tiffany to let us see her in some other kind of fashion rather than the shoulders out? It's like it's too much already. You know, it's like every single outfit, the shoulders are out.
That's like a signature, like Tim. And
No, come on. That's TLC telling her where. Go to the store and get everything cold shoulders because we started fucking her about the cold shoulders in her first season, and now it's every single item is cold shoulders. Let's see you in a t-shirt, in a fucking hoodie, in a t-shirt.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me address this comment real quick from Coco. So, did you hear the rumor that Sophie and Pedro are dating, and what are your thoughts? Okay, so guys. Sophie and Pedro went on a date. It will be featured on The Single Life. Okay, we can move on.
Oh, Sophie's gonna be at The Single Life?
Yeah.
Lord of mercy.
Along with Liz or something.
Oh.
It's Shabooty, and I want you to mentally prepare for what's coming for Liz when she gets on The Single Life.
The wrath and fury.
The wrath that we are going to unleash on Liz on The Single Life.
I think, well, now that we're spilling tea and shit, I think they recorded Single Life in like the Dominican Republic, if I recall correctly.
Woo! Let me tell you, when I just a quick thing, when I went to the Dominican Republic, I actually went to where Johan lives, and I was looking everywhere, high and low, for that tall motherfucker.
Yeah, so the people that are listening, that was a tea alert that I've probably known for a long time. I just didn't say shit, but now I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's right. Gloves off.
I've known that for like 4 or 5 months. Yeah. And the Sophie thing, like I was trying, you know what I usually do? I try to usually wait until someone else leaks it first, and before I leak all of the information that I have. Because I've known the cast of The Single Life for, oh my gosh, a really long time. But everyone kept asking me and hounding me about that. Oh, Pedro and Sophie posted from the same music festival. They're on a date. They're going to go on a date together for The Single Life. And there's nothing going on. Am I saying that they didn't have sex? I'm not saying that. But I am saying that don't think that they're going to end up together, because that's probably not the case.
True, yeah. So a quick reminder, when you burn bridges, like the person's bridge you're burning probably has tea on you. So it's good to be friends with them so they don't spill your tea. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, did you DMs with Dana?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Exactly.
I was like, what were we talking about?
Like, us. No, I'm kidding.
My wonderful husband brought me a charcuterie tray so that I can eat and talk to you guys at the same time.
Oh, I'm jealous. I want some.
I want some charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Yeah. Okay, so this is kind of dumb, but it was annoying me, so I'll read it. So Dana was like, this is like in the middle of the day, like 10 a.m. while I have like work to do or whatever. And like Dana's like blowing up my DMs out of the blue, which is like Michelle's husband, which is Gino's cousin or whatever. So this is out of the blue. He says, "Are you able to read between the lines yet?" And then I respond with a question mark. And then he responds with the 2 question marks. And then he says, "Do you believe everything he says to you?" Meaning like Gino. "Or can you start to understand what he's all about?" And then I was kind of confused because I don't know what the fuck Dana's talking about. And like earlier in the a couple of weeks ago, he had sent me like a Facebook link, and it was probably an account I had blocked, right? So I couldn't read the content, so I wasn't sure what he's talking about. So I basically responded. I said, "I don't know what you're talking about. If it's in reference to that link you sent, it's a blocked account, so I couldn't see it." And then Dana says, nothing to do with that. I was just curious if you still support him. And then I said, Gino? Yeah, for sure. And then he says, why? And then I say, he's not evil like that Jasmanian devil. And then,
I'm sorry. Oh, wait, are you done? Is there more?
yeah, there's more.
Oh, okay.
And then Dana says, laugh out loud. Okay, the devil. Well, then what does that make you since you helped create the devil? I mean, no disrespect. It's a serious question. And then I said, I don't know, but it's helped me find my real friends and lose my fake friends. So I'm thankful for that. And then Dana says, have you ever had a real conversation with Gino? Have you ever asked him about why his first wife left him? Have you ever asked him if he made a mistake about bringing Jasmine here? Oh, and if you're referring to me as a fake friend, that's okay. I'm not offended. I know who my real family is and who the actors are. And then I said, no. And my response was, no, not you, but others that, oh, I don't know what to say. That, I was just talking about some others that we talked about earlier on the show. And then I said, though, and anyway, I don't want to read what I said. So then Dana says, fair enough. Frankly, I find your comments entertaining for sure. I do know it's a TV show. And then he said, and the last message he sent me was, when you tell Gino we spoke, ask him the real reason his first wife left him. I'm sure he will say, what do you mean? He will know. I now know. Or I know now. So apparently it sounds like Dean. I just read that last. Apparently Dana just found out why his first wife left him, I guess.
So wait, this man woke up at 10 o'clock in the morning and chose violence against his own family?
Yeah.
So he's in your DMs talking crap about his own family
Yeah.
at 10 o'clock in the morning.
This is what I'm telling you. The TLC has it's a conspiracy. So Shabooty is a Gino sympathizer and has a long reach. It's creating waves, and they had to find a way to poison Shabooty so Shabooty can spread the poison onto the listeners. I think that what Dana's trying to say is that Gino is probably gay, or that's why his wife left him, or he's into some weird shit, which is gay because everybody's accusing him of gay. So Shabooty can spread it forward and give Jasmine a leg up, and they can continue to get paid.
Captain, I don't know what it would take for me to hear that Gino did for me to switch teams to be on because look, in my opinion, based on what Jasmine did, right? Like I'm like a judge and I'm hearing this case, right? Like when the evidence is presented to me, I looked at everything that Jasmine did and I looked at everything that Gino did because neither one of them are innocent, Captain.
No, they're not. They're not.
Both people have done things they shouldn't have done, but the gravity of the evidence of Jasmine being an asshole bitch is way higher than Gino's evidence. She cheated on her husband. He sent her money for a wedding dress that she spent on a BBL.
Mm-hmm.
She got pregnant.
Never did any paperwork for them kids.
Oh well, yeah, he didn't do the paperwork for the kids.
she because truth be told, George, once you get a green card, you can petition your children, and they will come expeditiously, especially if you're married to an American.
And okay, so her thing was, oh, he didn't put them on the application.
That's not his responsibility.
But after, like you said, after she received her green card, she then went online and was like, oh, well, it costs so and so amount of money to petition and do the application. And I was like, oh, so stop buying energy drinks and fake titties and fake booties and Botox and go get your kids. If that's really what your intention was. So I don't know what anybody could tell me about Gino to make me feel that Jasmine was right.
You could tell me that Gino orchestrated the Diddy parties. I was there present and accounted for. And I still hate Jasmine.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel the same way. There's nothing, you know how there's, I think they're called swing voters. You know how there's people that are on the fence, they could change their mind. Given the right information, they can change their mind. I'm not a swing voter when it comes to Gino and Jasmine. You could come and tell me that Gino ran over Jasmine's foot with his truck and didn't apologize, and I'd be like, still don't make him any worse than that hoe. Like, because at this point,
you could tell me he kills baby kittens, and I'll still be like,
and I would be like, I don't agree with the act of what he does, but I don't agree with what she does more.
True.
So I think what's worse is his own family is out here campaigning against him and trying to
that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
The water
That's
that
fucked up.
people are drinking. I think that's what's really nasty and
That's
sad.
really fucked up because
It shows
no
you,
matter who you are in your life, even if your family don't want nothing to do with you or cut off from you, your family doesn't throw you into the frying, out of the fire and into the frying pan.
Yes,
but
yes.
it's for money. Money
Yeah.
money changes people.
Like it's like I'm sipping my coffee in the morning and I'm getting like 10 DMs from Dana. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yo, where's the uncle?
But who wakes up?
Where's
at
the
10
uncle?
a.m.?
Where's the uncle that we had on the show before?
Oh, Nino.
Yeah, we got to get him on here because he got the TT for real.
I don't know. I think it's crazy to me. Uncle Nino.
No, it's not Nino. It's something else.
He came on here. Nino. He came on here lit and gave us the real tea.
He called him Jake or Jake Canal. People in the chat, what was his name? It's not Nino though. I know that. People in the chat, what is the funny uncle of Gino?
Uncle Gino too?
I remember Nino. I don't know. Somebody, if you remember,
in the chat, who's the super fans in the chat, let us know the uncle of Gino's the name. Uncle, no, it's not.
Uncle Rico.
No, it's not that.
No, it's not Rico.
Uncle Puff said Uncle Rico.
I don't think so. I have his phone number. So.
It's not that. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Hit him up and put him on the podcast after he's sourced, so he could give us the tea. Because he came on here last time and he blew that bitch out the water.
I just feel like, it's Uncle Marco.
Uncle Marco, yes. Uncle
Coco
Marco.
Puff knew it's Uncle Marco. You're right. I just think it's crazy. Like with family like that, who needs enemies? And I think the one thing that I've learned,
George, it's money. When money is involved, your own people will turn against you.
Well, if they agreed with him, they would probably get less camera time. So them turning on him is intriguing to the producers. They're like, oh, his family. Because if you remember, when Jasmine showed up to that event, his family were all inside talking to Jasmine like that was their family. She was related to them, and they ignored Gino like he wasn't even there. That's what's getting. They're like, well, we'll hate him if it gets us more camera time, and it's just sad that people are turning on their own flesh and blood because they want 25 followers on Instagram.
It's not followers. It's a money grab for them. It's a money grab.
True. All right, let me know when you're ready for strip club reviews.
All right, let's shut it down.
Wait, was that the last? That was the last rapid fire topic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We got to give our listeners a little bit of time to ring in their opinions, because I'm sure Heather has a lot to say. I've been watching her texting, and Sherry too.
Heather said it's just a few pennies. You're right. It's just in the grand scheme of things, you're losing a family member forever over a few pennies. That's crazy.
Unless they're all in on it, like Pedro's family.
No, you're right. They could be all fine, and Gino knows that Michelle and Dana are on his side. But when the cameras are rolling, it's a different story. Like, you're right. They could all be in on it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. And again, thank you, Gina, for sending me these, even though you didn't get to be here live. I appreciate the diligence.
We miss you, Gina.
True. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is Club Pussycat. And do you want to guess where it is, George, or something? I'll give you a big hint.
It's in Atlanta?
No.
Okay.
Pussycat, Las Vegas?
No. Okay, do you want a hint or something?
Yeah.
Is it in Colorado?
No.
Then is it in the Midwest?
No.
Is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
It's in Florida.
No.
No.
I mean, there may be a Club Pussycat in Florida, but
is it in Mississippi?
No. Do you want a clue?
Is it in Louisiana?
I know this one.
Go ahead.
The Pussycat Lounge in New York?
No, it's called Club Pussycat.
There was a Pussycat Lounge in New York on Wall Street.
Okay, do you want hints or something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, a hint would be okay. Here's a hint. It's the keyword hint is ravens.
Oh, Atlanta.
No.
No,
Ravens
Baltimore.
or Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore.
Baltimore.
So it's in Maryland.
Yeah.
That's where Tony Braxton lives, in Maryland. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, this was Club Pussycat, which I technically is in my vicinity, like an hour away in my vicinity. So
Well, based on these reviews, we'll know if you actually want to visit or not. I'm gonna say probably not.
true, probably not because I never even heard of it. But anyway, okay, you ready for the first review?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's see. First review is from username Good Looking. It says, "Trashy junk girls don't want AIDS. Don't go there. 1 star."
Wait, classy drunk girls don't want it. What?
Trashy.
I didn't read it again.
Let me read it again. It's one sentence. It says, "Trashy junk girls don't want AIDS. Don't go there. 1 star."
Oh, I got it. They didn't use
No, they're all the
punctuation.
girls are junkies and they probably have AIDS.
There's 3 sentences in there. I was reading it. I was hearing it as one sentence. I thought it said she's a trashy drunk girl, but she doesn't want AIDS. But there's 3
No,
different.
if you don't want AIDS, don't go there.
Yeah,
Because
and
they're junk.
I got it.
Baltimore is known for being like the SCD capital.
Baltimore is known for
Wait.
being a lot of shit.
It's known for being the SCD capital. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
George, have you ever watched The Wire?
No, I've never seen an episode of
Just
it.
watch the first 2 episodes. Just the first 2 episodes.
So everybody there has an STD.
No, you get a clear view of what Baltimore, Maryland looks
Oh wait, is Baltimore ghetto?
like. Just watch the first 2 episodes. Just watch. I'm not asking much of you. Not even the first 2. Maybe just the first episode.
I don't think I've ever in my life even been to Baltimore. I've been to Maryland.
Listen.
Let me answer the question. Like, is it ghetto? Yes, but then the downtown harbor parts are really nice. So
No, the downtown harbor parts are nice, but you got to drive through the ghetto to get to the downtown harbor parts. And let's say there's a block of 50 townhouses, 49 of them are boarded up.
you're not lying. All right, let's go to continue with the strip overviews though.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is a 2-star review from Homegirl. It says, "Some girls were pretty, some were disgusting. They seemed racist and missed out on a lot of money. 2 stars."
Okay.
All right, here's a 1-sentence review from Jim. It says, "Don't give them your credit card. 1 star."
But why? Why don't get? I need more information. Did they steal the credit card number? Like, I need a little more than that.
George, would you give your credit card to a stranger?
I mean, isn't that what I do every time I go to a restaurant? And the waitress takes...
No, but I'm saying, would you give your card to a stranger stripper in Baltimore, Maryland?
Well,
you haven't seen what Baltimore looks like.
Okay,
I was gonna say no, probably not. Now that I know what I know.
And let me just do a PSA. Heather, who's listening live, like, please stop text messaging me because it's distracting me. You could just leave your comments in the live chat. Anyway, okay, Josh, it says, "Okay, the door guy convinced me and my buddy to go in, so he did. So we went in and sat down to have a $9 Bud Light, immediately to be jumped on by a nasty, ugly chick, convincing me to buy her a $25 drink and let her keep me company or $250 for private. On my neck and in my ear, nasty. I was out and back to Hustler, where they keep it professional and clean. 1 star."
$5 drinks. Okay.
I find it hard to believe that you're gonna find anything over 1 star in Baltimore.
All right, here's a 1-star review from Adam. It says, "Crackheads, dope fiends, 1 star.
I told you. I've been to Baltimore. I've driven
Really?
through Baltimore
I've had
to get
many
to the stadium, the baseball Orioles stadium.
Camden Yards, yeah.
I've driven through Baltimore.
I've had many a nights in my 20s partying in Baltimore. But anyway, here's a one-star review from Johnny. It says, "Place was gross and disgusting. It like AIDS in a store. I can't believe the health department lets them stay open. 1 star." You call it like AIDS in a store.
What?
I'm telling you, George, just look up Baltimore. We'll look up The Wire,
Mm.
and you'll see. That shit is fucking. I went to Baltimore one time. My sister-in-law was getting married. I was driving a BMW at the time. Me and my current husband, we drove to the wedding from New Jersey. And when we saw the destination that we reached, neither one of us wanted to leave the car and go inside the church for the wedding.
Mm.
Did you think the car was gonna be gone or strip when you got back?
George, and I grew up in the South Bronx. I was born and raised in the South Bronx. And George, I was taking off my fake pearls.
Okay. Okay. All right, let me continue with the sugar overview. Bo, 1 star. It says no class sluts. 1 star. Big Cat says club nasty. These girls look like shit. Where did they find them? In a dumpster? What the fuck? 1 star. What do you think of that?
I mean, it sounds on brand for what y'all are describing. Also, why does everybody there, all of it sounds like people there, no one can speak like really good English. All of the grammar is really bad.
True. Okay, here's a longer review from Billy. Oh, this may be a good review. It has 3 stars. It says, "Coming from Central Virginia, my buddy and I were shocked at the things that these fine ladies would do. For the cost of a couple drinks, a very well-endowed lady grinded my crotch for the entire evening. I spent the night fondling her breasts and fingering her sniz for 3 drinks. I did not go upstairs, but the cost seemed reasonable. If you plan to go upstairs, don't bother buying drinks. Just get to it. By the way, the cops were less than 20 feet outside of the front door the entire night. They never bothered the strip at all, though. 3 stars."
I've never
Well, I mean, he gave 3 stars because he was able to get some fondle some strange,
But have you ever heard anyone refer to a woman as well endowed? I've
I
never
guess
heard.
I guess. Well, if you're familiar with Western movies, they used to call women handsome.
I don't know.
That is
Yeah.
He
That
tried
might
to-
mean that she was well endowed, like her titties or her ass were either really big.
Yeah, and then but
So-
have you ever heard of someone calling the private parts sniz?
No, I never heard of that.
No,
That might
I
be
don't-
before
that's
that.
not-
That might be either after my time or before my time.
So I was gonna say this person is probably older.
Sneeze.
He said that she was well endowed, and I was like, so she had a big cock? I was like, I'm
What?
so
Yeah, exactly. Well
That's-
endowed.
what
Well,
do you-
and like I said, in the westerns, well endowed means really big titties,
George, that's Gigi Dancer. But anyway,
bosom, really big bosom.
okay, next review is from Scafacando, whatever his fuck his name is. 2 star review. It says, "I've been going to this club for about 6 or 7 years, and I've seen things change drastically in that time. When the place was seedier, the girls were better looking, and I didn't mind the hard sell or the drink prices. Now that they remodeled the place, they need to remodel the talent. Old, saggy corner girls and stick figure junkies. I still drop by to see if things are changing, but they don't seem to be. And I only stick around to throw some change on the stage. 2 stars."
Well, I mean, again, you get what you pay for.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a 1 star review from Walt. It says, "Club throw up. Girls are nasty. There's better places to go in Baltimore. Trust me. 1 star." Here's a 1 star review from Donnie. It says, they talked us into coming in the place. Has no class and girl look like they're on crack. Never go back. 1 star. Yeah, the grammar's all fucked up.
Okay, so let me reiterate this for people who haven't been to Baltimore, Maryland, and this strip's joint sounds like it's slap dab in the middle of the thick. If you are going to patronize a place that is surrounded by boarded up buildings, this is what you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
But wait, I need to comment on something though, because this is the second person who said, the first person said the doorman talked me into coming in, and then this person said they talked us into coming in. So is there somebody outside?
Yeah, they probably got
asking
somebody like, come inside, you can get your dick sucked, and you can get this, and you can get that, and you can get a free basket of fries with 2 chicken wings and all this shit, and the drinks are nice and strong. They just want you to get inside.
I've never been coaxed into coming in. Like if I was walking by a strip club, I've never had people on the outside like, you come in here, come in here.
I've seen that before. I've seen people promoting the club. Come on in.
Yeah,
In Las Vegas, Las Vegas is the only
does
place
that.
I've seen that.
Like Las Vegas does
New
that.
New York City, they do that.
And New York, I've seen it too as well. I told you, the Pussycat Lounge was over in Wall Street. I used to work in Wall Street, so you can see that.
Like in Koreatown, they'll like walk around and they'll give you like a thing and say it's like a $20 cover, but if you give them this little like cardboard thing I'm giving you, you'll get in for free.
But don't you feel like a strip club? So wait, do y'all go to strip clubs like unplanned? I feel like a strip club is something I would plan to do. Like if I was just walking down the street.
Right, a strip club is a planned event with a group of people.
Yeah,
right. Like if I'm walking down the street and I'm not going to the strip club. I don't know.
But then you know what, George? Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
If you're a degenerate, you'll
be on your way to the supermarket to buy groceries for your kids, and there's a guy hoarding you in to come to the strip club and get a lap dance for $2.
Right. And I would be like, I asked you for a sign. There's my sign.
Yeah, and you'd be like, you know what? It's only $2, and nobody's gonna know. Let me go in here and peep.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me go to the next review. It says, this is a lot of these reviews are like all one sentence. Anyway, this is from Frank. It says, dirty ass hole in the wall, 1 star.
Oh God.
That's damn.
All right, let me just go to the next one because it was short. This one from Chris. It says, club stank ass cat. Bitches were nasty and stinky. Didn't even stay for 25 minutes. 1 star.
Okay, so there you have it. You got crackheads dancing for money with dirty pussies. There you have it.
Here's a 1-star review from Andy. It says, ain't no pussy worth looking at that place. Girls look like they just got done shooting dope and smoking crack. A few even smelled like fish. 1 star.
Oh my God. They stink like pussy fish.
Hey, I was under the impression there was like a shower at the strip club and everyone showered before they went out. Is that not a thing?
I want to say that a lot of reputable places do have like a gym locker room, a shower for the stripper. When she's finished her set, she can wash off, put her regular clothes on, and either go work the bar or go home. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think this place is more like I'm envisioning Baltimore when I saw it live and in person. I'm envisioning.
I doubt it has amenities.
Exactly. I'm envisioning what I saw, and the church where the wedding was surrounded solely by boarded up buildings. Everything was boarded up.
Okay, let me go to the next review. This is from Got It Tight. It says, the one review got it right. This place has some hot dancers, but it also has its share of old, ugly dancers that should have retired long ago. They are way too aggressive and skanky looking. Every time I go in here, an old, ugly chick is sorry, the spacing was fucked up. Every time I go in here, an old, ugly chick is all over me asking for tips and drinks before I can even sit down and get my rink. A real turnoff. Get rid of the old skank so I can enjoy the hot ones. 2 stars.
That's kind of fucked up, You calling her old, she probably doesn't have a 401k plan, and she's trying to, make some money before she hits the dirt. Mm-hmm. And she probably can still, she probably can still move it.
And I'm gonna say, if she's old, she can take them false teeth out and give you a nice
Not
tug,
only that, the
right?
old ones do more stuff.
Mhm.
They do more stuff. They got more experience. They can, do stuff that you weren't planning on paying on, but they'll offer it to you like a twofer. You know what I'm saying?
And she can't get pregnant, so
Exactly.
knock yourself
Yeah,
out, bro.
yeah,
Knock
exactly.
yourself
And you
out.
definitely know she got all her vaccinations because she came into the country in the 1900s. So she's definitely vaccinated from measles and mumps.
She done built up a pretty good immunity to everything in those
Yeah,
years, right?
she beat she beat the Black Plague. Yeah, fuck it. Let her grind on me.
Okay, let me go to the next one. It says traveling salesman. It says, I've been to a lot of clubs. This place is a shithole. Nasty, nasty, nasty. They try to talk you to come in. Run. 1 star.
See, they keep saying that they're like out
Yeah,
there.
you know when you guys remember when you would walk by like 42nd Street or wherever they will have a person handing out flyers. Come in to closing, going out of business sale, everything
Yeah.
50% off. That's how I can picture that.
Sure. Okay, here's a 1 star review from Fat Boy. It says, ugly girls and dirty club plus rip-off prices. 1 star.
Yeah, we pretty much got a gist of what's going on there.
Okay, let me keep going. This is a 1 star review from username Not Worth It. It says, I will stick to Oasis and Hustler from now on. The doorman was pretty convincing, and he did try pretty hard to get us in, so we decided to give it a shot. If a girl wasn't fat, she looks strung out on something. Looks like they come from Dundalk. Maybe they did, but maybe they did off the boulevard. I wasn't at all impressed with the staff either. Neither seemed like they even sorry, neither seemed like they even the least bit enjoyed their job, and it certainly showed. 1 star. So
They got the fentanyl fairies dancing for you,
mm-hmm.
all
Yeah,
strung out and dirty. That's I mean, there's still people that will patronize the place because we're hearing the reviews. So people are still patronizing it. I guess
Well, a lot
you know
of
what?
people.
You know who the real hero in this story is? The doorman that's getting people to come in.
That's what I was gonna say because they successfully have talked a
He
lot
is
of
the real hero of this story.
mm-hmm.
If he can lure victims, unsuspecting victims, into
I was
this,
gonna say this
into
is like
this, into this smelly snatch
he's like
stripping
the
joint.
human. He's the human white van. You know how they say a white van?
Yeah, that has a sign on it that says "free puppies."
Yes, he's like the human white van. He's convincing people to get in the van, knowing damn well they're gonna get kidnapped,
Free
and
lap
he still
dances,
does it.
free lap dances, and alcohol.
And by the way, bad news. That was the last review.
Wait, you
Yay!
didn't warn us.
That's right. That's great. We had a wonderful time here tonight. Surprisingly,
Those were good reviews. I enjoyed
those are
it.
good reviews. Those are good reviews.
Wait, this was the Pussycat, right?
The Pussycat Club.
Oh, when they said Dundalk, that's like it's like ratchet kind of town in Maryland. But there's another town called like Glen Burnie, but they call it like Glen Dirty, I think.
George, your homework assignment is to watch one episode of The Wire. Any
Watch the whole
season you
thing 'cause
want.
it's really good. But yeah.
Well, I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
any
that's
season you
dangerous.
want.
That's dangerous because if I like it, then I'm gonna have to continue watching.
No, the fucking show is the shit. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Mm-hmm.
But to see Baltimore, you can pick any season you want and put your finger on it.
Start at the beginning, and you'll watch the whole thing because it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait,
And you'll see Baltimore what it really is.
This is a random question, but what part of Maryland does Tiffany live in?
Oh, so she's in Frederick, which is like western part of Maryland, and then Baltimore is the eastern part.
Oh, so she doesn't live there. Okay.
Yeah, no, Maryland has its decent areas, of course, and it has its rich, affluent neighborhoods.
I grew up in Maryland, just so you know.
Yeah, no, it has its
Oh, you
nice.
did?
Yeah, I've been to Maryland plenty of times growing up. My family had friends there, so we drive up and stuff like that. It does have its affluent neighborhoods. It does have its, nice places, but the government or whatever, whoever was in charge, let the whole place go to shit. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I was going to Maryland as a kid, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, and I'm talking maybe like 40 years ago.
Mhm.
So now you go to Maryland and the same places I went 40 years ago, and you make the sign of the crucifix on yourself.
Anyway, you're talking about Baltimore, but like the counties surrounding DC.
Yeah, I'm saying Baltimore,
Yeah,
Maryland.
Baltimore is ratchet, but the counties surrounding DC are real like very they're one of the most affluent counties in the country.
Yeah, there's a lot of affluency in Baltimore, in Maryland. One thing is as people move out, the the value of your property goes down and shit like that. But Baltimore is is the bottom of the totem pole, George. You just gotta watch one episode of The Wire.
Mm.
So wait, if we were gonna compare Baltimore to Chicago,
Baltimore wins every
really?
time. Baltimore wins
Really?
every time. I'm
Because
telling you.
Chicago is pretty
I went to
bad.
a wedding in Baltimore.
Okay, I think we're being a dead horse.
Yeah, and that shit is fucking you don't even want to get out your fucking car.
Mm.
Okay. All
Shabooty,
right.
Shabooty,
See, that-
you still got that headache?
No, I'm good now. I
Yeah,
went for a run earlier, so
yeah. You seem a little
yeah,
very
earlier. No,
heated.
I had the like longest like work week.
Wait, are you saying that he's a little uptight?
Oh, you picked that up, George?
I can feel it. I feel
I
like
can sense I can sense a little tension in his voice.
yeah.
I'm trying to. I don't want to like. I appreciate all the insights, but I don't want to like repeat the same thing 20 times. How shitty Baltimore.
Yeah.
Should you
True,
need,
true, true,
should
true, true.
you need us to put anyone in their place? We got it. Just let us know who and where and what needs to be done.
I think he's still in a little bit of
He's in his
shock.
feelings. I
Yeah,
think
he's
he's in his
he's in
feelings.
his fears about how she did him dirty, and
And
you
that's
know.
fine. That's fine. But you if you need us to handle it, we'll take care of it.
No, he handled it well. He reposted, and that made me very proud.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I don't want you to
We
ever be
don't
negotiating.
negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah, I don't want you to ever do that, and
You
we
don't
don't
bend
do
the knee.
that.
In this business, you can't bend the knee.
Yeah,
You cannot bend the knee
we will
because
not be bent over by anyone.
you can't pick and choose who we're gonna fucking with and drag with. This is an all holes barred situation.
True.
Once you take on this line of business, nobody's safe.
True. All right. Any George, any other topics before any other anything you want to say before we end it?
Oh,
Oh.
I don't know. I don't have any like off-brand or like
I
off-topic
mean,
topics.
we started at 11 and it's like 1:30 almost, so that's like
All right.
half hours, right?
Oh yeah, we've been on for a long time. I mean, I felt like this was a good show.
It was good.
And
It was really good. We did great.
It
Yeah.
flowed really well, and yeah, I think we're good. I don't have anything that I really have a dire need to discuss right now. So.
I think we purged all our demons. We're ready to move on.
I think it was a very juicy show. I think people
It was very juicy.
they'll be
People will be listening.
yeah.
People will be listening.
Yeah, I think there'll be feedback from this.
There will be feedback, and we are here for it.
True.
We're here for it. Me and George we'll do your dirty work for you.
All the ones with like the switchblade.
Yeah, we don't play about shit like that.
Well, we're a crew, we're a team, and like I said, we roll together, right? You know how in the Fast and the Furious they roll together? We roll together.
This is a cutthroat business, the podcast, because there's so much competition out there. And we truly believe that the people who listen to our podcast and who are fans of it and come on our show to Shabooty show. I'm just a guest floater here, but the people that come on Shabooty's show will be honest with him about how they feel before they, get here and make shit out of themselves. So yeah, we're good. We're good. No feelings were hurt. Just so you know, no feelings were hurt. We just used it to point out how down and dirty people can be, but no feelings were hurt.
Yeah, none whatsoever.
No feelings were hurt.
I'm gonna sleep like a little baby tonight.
Like a newborn.
Like a newborn with a titty, with a nipple in his mouth.
With a warm titty in his mouth.
Yeah, I'm gonna be fine. I'm not gonna lose any sleep.
We are moving on. To the next episode. Will not include you unless you do something stupid. You know who you are, and you know who you are.
You're right. Well, I guess I'll end it with two things, which is shout out to my Afro Latinas. And number two, I guess, thank you everybody for listening to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays on a
Friday.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Be good.
Peace out, everybody.
And Sherry liked my joke. Thank you. Peace out, everyone.